He's a bit annoying. The fact is that Joe Biden was very unprepared for the debates that happened, and he got slapped up on stage, didn't know how to react. His team did not prepare him, and now he's complaining about it. Maybe he should spend some more time preparing for the debates that are happening next week, so then he won't have anything to complain about. It doesn't matter whether Kamala Harris was your friend a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago. She's running for president, not to be your friend. And I think that that's the problem with Joe Biden in this race right now, is that he thinks that everyone should just kumbaya around him, and that's not the case.
Right. Evan, there's a sense that he feels like a coronation was interrupted, and he's very angry about it, and he's not letting it go. Here's Biden also now turning on a bit of a pivot of an attack on Kamala Harris. I think this might be what we're going to see coming up. Here it is. No. Maybe you don't have it. I'll read it. This is Biden. This was, I'm sorry, Cory Booker is the one who's talking about Kamala Harris. So let's go to you, Evan. Is there a sense, do you think, that Biden at this point feels entitled to the nomination and annoyed that he's being questioned?
You know, it's hard to say, but I will say this. You know, there is a certain strategy, I think, if you're Biden and you start out leading in the polls, to not eagerly enter the fray if you don't have to, and sort of prolong that as long as you can. Obviously, as the front runner in the polls, you know it's coming for you anyway, and indeed it did. But I think it would have been unwise for him to behave like he was in a dead heat competition with the other candidates when he wasn't there yet. Now, after the last debate, and when Kamala did what she did with Biden, that started to shift. And now Biden has to enter the competition like the rest of the candidates. But I'm not so sure it was unwise for him not to do so before. Now, the question is how he does it. Yes, tone matters. He can't be entitled, all of that. But it doesn't surprise me that it's worked out this way.
Yeah, let's talk about Kamala Harris a little bit, because Cory Booker kind of was talking about Biden, but I sense a bit of a move where he's kind of hitting potentially both Biden and Kamala Harris with this attack. Take a listen.
I will always speak truth to power, and watching the crime bills of the 80s and the 90s and all the things that he put into place, this is something that should be talked about, and the response to having a substantive conversation about people's records shouldn't be to go on the attack, and I found his attacks on me ridiculous.
So I think it's pretty clear, Danielle, that Cory Booker's strategy is going to be to try to do what Kamala Harris did to Biden the first time. But when he's talking about criminal justice, that's also a weak point for Kamala Harris with a lot of younger and voters of color. So could this be a way for Cory Booker to maybe ping and hit them both?
He has to do something, because Cory Booker has not moved in the polls whatsoever. And because he was not on the main stage with Joe Biden last time, this is going to be his opportunity. He's going to have to hit Kamala. They all are. I mean, this is a competition. It is a race for the White House, and a very serious presidential race right now. And so he needs to have some type of action. And I do think that criminal justice is the great way to divide them.
And do you think, very quickly, that Kamala Harris is as dangerous as Republicans seem to think she is to Donald Trump?
She absolutely is. Did you see her on the stage? I want to see that against Donald Trump.
Yeah. And